Episode 17.
17. Nice.
We're back. We were just talking about how seriously we take this podcast. Took a little break. Had to work.
Little break.
Had to fucking work on the weekend, and then things got in the way, but we are back.
Back at like we never left, man.
Mm-hmm. I was telling Brody earlier that my balls have been sore recently.
Yeah.
And
yep.
He should feel them to see if it feels like I have HIV.
I was willing to.
Yeah.
I was willing to.
But he feels better with his mouth.
Yeah. I think that would I think I'm just better with the mouth, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you got going on? What's new?
What's new with me? Well, yeah, I guess since the last pod, I fought with our neighbors downstairs on 2 separate occasions. I have been
verbally so far.
I have been threatened to get sued.
Yep.
I feel like we haven't done. Kobe broke 3 vertebrae in his back.
Since then, yeah. His friend
been
Kobe, he's been a recurring theme on this podcast we've talked about.
Yep.
He has now fallen off a roof and shattered 3 vertebrae.
Yep.
And is walking with a walker now. He's getting better, but
yes.
No, it's going to take some time.
Gonna take a lot of time, yeah.
And probably going to have chronic back pain. So
definitely going to have chronic back pain.
How old is he? I was trying to think.
He's 22. He's my age.
Okay. I was like, is he 22 or 21?
I think his birthday was
younger.
in June.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck. That is terrible.
Doesn't that suck?
That is awful.
Isn't that a crazy one?
Yeah.
Now he's just chilling, though, you know? Apparently he's getting paid $1,000 a week, making more money than us, just to chill, pretty much. So
yeah. Through what? How's he making?
I think like workers' comp or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
$1,000 a week for that shit?
$1,000 a week, $52,000 a year.
That's not taxed?
I don't think so.
I
mean, if it is, they take the taxes out before they give it to him.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
only make like
nice. I don't think it would be taxed
$13.40 a week. I think
it's all like a government program or whatever. Like workers' comp is like, you know, something like that.
I wonder what he's gonna do after.
Yeah,
I mean, you can do workers' comp right now, but I don't know if you can really get disability for that after.
Depending on how bad it is, I guess. But even disability, like Ray Desmond, I think he's on disability, and he's talking on Facebook about only getting like $700 every fucking week or 2 weeks from the government. So it's not like that's really like a viable long-term option. Yeah, you know,
that's true. Shit. Oh, speaking of what I'm looking at right now.
Oh yes.
Also,
dude, we had so much shit happen.
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is fucking nuts. We also had a bat in the apartment.
Had a bat in the crib.
That I had to catch.
Yeah, I was not catching that.
Yeah.
I did everything in my power as far as calling the people I thought would help us, but they didn't.
911 doesn't?
911
call
does
you?
not.
I guess we probably should have called the emergency line. How'd you call the non-emergency line? I feel like it was an emergency.
I thought it was an emergency as well.
I don't want to get bit by a
bat in your house. I feel like that's a pretty urgent thing.
Yeah, and you know, for those of you at home wondering, animal control or whatever the fuck we were calling does not get back to you until the next morning. They said this happened at 10:45 at night.
Yeah,
I felt bad for Brody because I had to wake him up or get him out of bed.
You did not have work the next day. I did.
I didn't have work the next day. I was pretty fucked up, and then so what happened was, I'm laying in my bed just chilling, watching TV. I think I was just watching Kill Tony. Yeah. And I see something flutter out of the corner of my eye. My door was open. And then I was like, that's weird. I was like, maybe that's a mouse, because I've had mice in previous apartments. They kind of catch you off guard. Like you just see them run across the floor quick. And then I was like, maybe it's fine. Like I'll just watch Kill Tony. And then I look at my cat, and then she starts like getting off the tree because she saw it too. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Wait, so you saw it from your room?
Yeah. I saw
because your door was open.
My door was open, and because it came out of your bathroom. Yeah. And something like fluttered in the corner of my eye, and I was like, "What was that?" I thought I was fucked up or like I was seeing shit. But then I looked over at my cat, and then she was getting up and like peering her head and like looking all crazy, and I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah. So then I was like, "It is something." I was like, "I'm thinking it's a mouse." I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll try to find it with a flashlight." Come out here. I don't turn the lights on, and I'm looking around, and then it's on her fucking chair, and it wasn't upside down, but it was on her chair, And
that would have been a scary sight if it was upside down.
Upside down, looking at me, yeah. And then, because it sucks in the real world, and you get bit by a bat, you don't become Batman. Not that he was bit by a bat, but
that's true.
You just get rabies and die. So,
yeah.
Apparently, looking up, I think statistically, like bats carry it, but
I felt like it was the majority of bats have rabies. Is that not true?
I thought it was rare that they do. But then again, a bat in your house, like, who knows why it's here? Like, is it acting crazy because of rabies or whatever? But I wasn't fucking with that regardless.
I guess so. We were trying to call. It was actually very chill.
Yeah, he was kind of just hanging out. I didn't want to kill. I didn't have the heart to kill him. I wasn't gonna try to kill him.
Yeah.
I just wanted him out of our apartment.
For sure. And, for sure.
Yeah. So we call all these fucking like. We just look up like local animal control or like
6 people.
Catching, whatever. And then we were like, well, what the fuck do we call now? And we were like, all right, I guess we call 911 because what the fuck do we do?
Well, we were encouraged to call 911 by the previous person that we called.
That's right.
She was like, well, I would just call 911.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Because none of these fucking companies could come until the next morning. And I was like, well, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to sleep with the bat in the apartment. And also, who the fuck knows where it's going to go?
Yeah.
8 hours, 7 hours later,
mm-hmm.
if it's going to be under a couch, under the recliner. Like, there's so many options.
Yeah.
So, luckily, my cat, I was able to push her in the room and close the door. You were very sweet, too, that night, I must say. You were like, where's Willow? And I was like, don't worry, she's in my room. Like, you were very concerned about, about Willow, too. I appreciate that.
I was concerned about Willow, but then I was just like, if the fucking cat's out here, like, we really just gotta, like, man it up and, like, at least grab the cat or something and get it out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Like.
No, luckily, when I was, like, peering out with the flashlight and I knew she saw something, she was at my feet at my door, and I just fucking grabbed her and threw her back in my room and then closed the door. But
that would have been a whole different situation if your cat was out there.
Then I probably would have killed the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I wasn't fucking. I told Rave, I was like, dude, I'm not fucking doing anything involving getting near this fucking bat, dude.
Yeah. So I told him naturally to record me because I was like, it has to be documented.
Yeah.
If I get bit by a bat and die, at least there's a video of it.
Yeah, and then
for the internet.
I was also high and don't have medical insurance, so I was like, well,
that's true.
I really don't want to get bit by a bat and then have to go to the hospital and then pay for all of this fucking blood work, like in the emergency room or whatever. Like that would have just been fucked.
Yeah. Or carrying the bat in the box after we catch it, but it already bit us, so we're like, hey, we need this tested.
Yeah.
Like so many things could have went wrong, but best case scenario, stayed on the chair.
Couldn't believe it.
I caught that fucker with a little Tupperware.
Yeah.
We slid a lid underneath, took it outside. Next morning it was gone, and I threw the Tupperware out. No matter how much soap we could have used, I was not going to put food in there.
Now
the holes are sealed and everything's fine.
Well, yeah,
now there's a bunch of fuzz in our walls.
Yeah, so, I mean, Rave had spoken to a man that we just referred to as a Batman because he said that he handles a lot of bats or whatever. So then he was supposed to come that next week. Like, this happened like Thursday or something, and he was supposed to come that next Monday. Then I didn't hear from our landlord until like Friday of that week, and she called me while I was at work, and I was like, dude, like, whatever. She left me a voicemail. Thankfully, Raven called in that next Monday. I guess he came like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then filled our walls with lots of fuzz. I still don't understand the method behind this. Like,
I don't either. I thought it was going to get sealed up. Like, I thought it was going to be like caulk, or like they would pour something down the walls.
Yeah.
Close it up for good.
It's just like a bunch of fuzz.
It's like they stuffed fuzz, like cloth, like into the wall.
Yeah.
Which, like, it's blocked off, yes. But, I don't know. It just seems like a weird way to handle that.
Any bat enthusiasts, drop a comment down below and tell us if that's how you do it or not. Because it seems like I feel like you don't do it like that. But I guess I feel more secure.
Yeah, no, I feel better. I don't think the bat's going to come, and I feel better that the gas line behind her stove is taken care of, too, because it could come out of there.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. You know damn well that they're not going to get someone looking on the roof, though.
No, yeah, definitely not going to bring out, not going to do anything to, like, permanently solve the problem.
Yeah. If anything, it'll just die in my wall now, or, like, your bathroom wall.
Yeah.
And then, because I hear them in my walls, but that was the first time anything's come through the wall, and it was through your bathroom. So if anything, it's just going to die in one of our walls and just smell really bad. But the fucking Batman tried to tell me, he was like, oh, well, he was like looking at the roof. I still couldn't tell you his ethnicity. I think he was white trash, like ghetto white trash.
But just like kind of
tan.
But then
really tan because he like worked outside.
He could have been like Pacific Islander.
I'd be giving him too much credit.
Like the Rock.
Like the Rock. Nah, definitely not the Rock.
No.
Okay. But yeah, the Rock's Black Adam, not Batman.
That's true.
But yeah, and he was like, he's like, there's usually a lot. He's like, where are they at? And I like pointed to it, like the general area, and he said because that there's not a lot of white bat shit, that like they're not there. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'll smoke a cigarette outside and I'll see them fly right there. Like they're obviously going into the building at that point. But yeah, I don't know. What I really wanted to do was be here for when the maintenance guy was here and set up a full course meal with wine and set up a table for 2, but it's just me, and then he comes in and just kind of see the reaction to that.
Yeah, I wish that one of us could have been able to be here to kind of pick his brain as to how fucked up your life has to go for you to become the Batman. You know what I mean? Well, like that's like your whole shit.
Your parents die.
That's your parents are murdered.
Your parents are murdered in an alleyway
by the Joker in some universes.
In some universes, the Joker. In other universes, just a random bystander, just a thug,
just some thugs.
But
white thugs, surprisingly.
Yeah, very out of character. I mean, I guess that's why it's fictional. Yeah. That's why it's a fantasy universe. That's because the part, they're
out of all the things in the Batman movies, the one thing that I just cannot believe is that 2 white people killed his parents.
Yeah, that would never happen.
For his mom's pearl necklace.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy too, because I feel like, I play like the Arkham games and shit, and I've seen like the movies or whatever, and I feel like a lot of the times when that scene is like done, they like grab the mom's like pearl necklace, but it's like just held together by like a string, and like the pearls just go everywhere. Yeah, and they just like really don't take anything from the parent. Like they just kill the 2 parents and then just like leave Batman.
Yeah, and they just leave the kid.
Yeah. Like, they don't really get anything out of it.
Yeah. That and like the craziest thing is your parents are murdered in front of you. You're trying to seek justice, and then your rule is like, I don't kill people.
Yeah.
I just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, the memes are always like, oh, Batman doesn't kill people. He leaves them crippled.
Yeah, just like stomping on their spine. Giving them the Cobe.
Give him the old
Cobe's going to walk again. No, it's going to be fine.
Yeah, the people Batman saw, they're not going to.
Maybe that's Cobe's next like arc. He just becomes like OSHA man, and he
that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be kind of cool, right? And he like goes around to different job sites, and if he doesn't see them following OSHA, he finds like the foreman or like the boss, and he just like breaks their neck.
The
boss, and he fucking breaks their neck.
Up. Well, yeah, because if you think about it, he's kind of like Batman breaking his back. So now he just has to work out and get really swole.
That is true.
Get back to
climb himself out of a well.
We throw him in a well. That's his origin story, and then he becomes OSHA man.
That would actually be really sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice. That's like, it would be like our own little fish tank, but it's just Kobe just like screaming in agony in a well.
Yeah.
Like 24/7.
We just take his walker away.
Yeah. That's what me and him joke about. I think I told you, but when it all happened, I was like, Kobe, when we get you back home by physical therapy, it's gonna be good. We're gonna get you on the deadlifts. We're gonna get you on the squats.
We're gonna get you on the RDLs. Everything that like puts pressure on his lower back. Yeah. We're like, you're gonna RDL. You're gonna deadlift. You're gonna bend over row.
Yeah. We're gonna get you back. You're gonna be deadlifting your body weight first day, and we're just gonna build you from the bottom up.
That's always my go-to joke with patients. Is I'm like. They're like, oh, I'm not running any marathons today. And I go, no, that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
They love it. It kills every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was I going to say?
You know what joke for some reason tends to just kill at my job?
What?
Like it's like so retarded, but like I did it like 4 times today, and everybody just like they just like die laughing. Like I'll like take their blood pressure, and then they always go like, oh, it's probably gonna be high, and then all I say is, yeah, we tend to make people pretty nervous, and then they're like, ha 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 ha. Yeah, like, they fucking do, like, love it, dude. Yeah,
the nervous laughter.
Yeah, they're just like they just die at it, and I'm like, dude.
Wait, that's like what was I saying? Oh, you know how like sometimes you're like, how the fuck aren't you messing with these people a little bit more?
Yeah.
I was laying into it a little bit because like the girl I was working with, like I can make these jokes and she doesn't get offended or like be like, oh, what are you doing? So like I was working with basically like a 10-second Tom, like old 90-year-old dementia, like doesn't really know where he's at. Well, actually he would get where he's at, but he kept asking me, he goes, so how long have you been doing this job? I'm like, oh, I just started in December, you know, I'm just kind of early on, like it's been 7 months. And he goes, oh, he looks at her and he goes, how long have you been doing this job? She goes, oh, about 1.5 years. He's like, oh, you're early, like you're in the early stages of your career. And then he'd ask us again, and then she'd go, too long, and then he'd like start laughing or whatever. And then like when she would say too long, I'd be like, you look like you've been doing this job about 1.5 years. And she'd like look at me, and I was like, you're just starting your career, right? And then like time would pass and he would ask it again, and like the same thing would happen.
Oh yeah,
and I would just be like,
bomb.
yo, no, like you look like you're just starting your career, doesn't she, Donald? The guy, I was like, it was so fucking funny.
That's the dream right there, is like having somebody with like dementia or Alzheimer's and just like finding one killer joke and just saying it over.
Dude, it was so funny. Yeah, because what made it even better too was because we would ask, like, I was like, oh, like, what did you do for work? Because like you're 90 years old or whatever. And he goes, I worked for at a paper company. I was like, oh, okay.
They always
like,
just say like the most boring
printing,
shit.
Yeah,
ever.
he said 40 years at this paper company. He would go, yeah, we make toilet paper. And I every time he said it, I would go, that's a necessity. That job's gonna be around for a while. It would kill. He would laugh, whatever. I said that probably 3 times. At one point, he said. The brand Northern, I guess that's like a brand.
Ask him if he knew label. Didn't he work at a paper company?
I don't know if it was toilet paper or like printing press paper. I don't know.
Either way.
But yeah, I guess Northern's a paper brand of toilet paper. And so like time went on. He resets, and then the girl goes, let me guess. You worked for Northern Toilet Paper Company. He goes,
oh, yeah.
How did you know? It was so fucking funny. It was so funny because that was after some time when like I was kind of joking around. That's and then awesome. She like played it up too. And then she said that, and I was like, that's fucking hilarious.
That's good. That's a good one right there.
And then the previous day we worked with him, it was my first time meeting him. And then he goes, well, what are we going to do? Like, what are we going to do? And she goes, oh, you know, whatever you want to do. And he goes, you want to crawl in bed with me? And she goes, that's against policy. And he goes, I won't tell anyone.
Yeah, dude.
And then we get out of the room and his wife and daughter are standing there. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like one of the best things. Like, I guess in your case, like people with, dementia, but in my case, like sedated people, just like just like fucking with them, just like trying to get them to just like tell you like crazy ass shit because they're just like so compromised, you know what I mean?
Yeah, allegedly. I don't know, jokingly. Yeah, I don't know if we can.
I mean, I'm not doing nothing to them. Whatever they tell me is on them, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just putting the bait out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's
you're real racist, huh? You're like, oh yeah, I fucking hate.
That's my favorite shit ever. Is like when we have like teenagers or whatever, and I just try to get them to tell me like if they smoke weed and like if they like lie to their parents and like like shit like that. Yeah. Like, that's like my go-to is like try to like kind of ease into it and like see what they're into, and if I could get them to say like if they smoke weed and stuff or like drink, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna like I had a guy like that like a month ago. He was telling me he'd like be partying and she's like 15, and I was like, all right, man. I was like, listen, I'm gonna bring your mom back here. You gotta lock in. He was like had the gauze in his mouth. He's like, all right, I'm gonna lock in.
That's so funny.
Like, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, another one of my favorite encounters was someone with dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever the fuck. And we're walking around or whatever, and he was loving me. Like he was getting like real agitated with other people, but like was loving me. He was like, oh hey, what's up, man? And like we were just like chilling, and we're walking around the unit, we're fucking whatever, and like we're looking to sign off because like he doesn't need our like skilled services anymore is like the whole thing.
Yeah,
so we were just like, okay, blah blah, and then we're walking around, and he's like, you know, my grandfather, he died of Alzheimer's, so did my dad. My brother has it right now, and he just kept listing off his family members that had it as he has it and like doesn't know where he's at.
Yeah,
and like I'm looking at my like who I'm co-treating with, and I'm just like, I'm thinking, now what the fuck do you have? Like,
yeah. I guess, the other thing that happened since we potted is that Donald Trump got shot in the ear. I don't think
dude, there's been a lot.
Dude, it's been a lot of stuff going on.
The Matrix is really stepping this one up.
Yeah, because you know what? Trump got shot on like a Sunday. Trump got shot on like a Friday.
Saturday.
Or a Saturday.
I was at Meg's.
Saturday, and then Coe broke his back on Sunday. That's what it was. The very next day.
2 horrible major events happening in history.
Just back to back, yeah. No, that's crazy.
The God getting shot. The God's son falling off a roof. Yeah, pretty crazy. Honestly, really crazy. Speaking of Matrix, finished all those movies. 4th one sucks. That's the newest one, like 2022.
Reloaded or whatever. Isn't that what it's called? There's one that's called Matrix Reloaded. Isn't it the second one?
That might be the second one. Dude, the first 3, the original 3 from 1999, and then both of them.
I don't think I watched the third one.
No, you and Adam didn't.
I only watched the second
one. Dude,
I'm
telling you, you gotta just fucking.
You have to go back into it with open eyes, with an open mind, and watch the second one. Because I do remember just
Resurrections is the 4th one.
Okay.
Matrix Reloaded is the second one. Matrix Revolutions is the 3rd one. No, It's really good. Like honestly, because they both came out. From what I was reading, the second and third one came out the same year. 2003.
Okay.
The second one came out in the beginning of the year. The third one came out at the end of 2003.
So
like I think originally it was like one giant movie, but they had to break it in half because they're both like 2.5 hours long. They're pretty long, but they're so fucking good. And yeah, I'm telling you, dude, just watch the first 3. They're fucking sick. The action's good. The fucking lore, the story. I love seeing that fucking city.
Like the Matrix City.
No, like the real city. The Matrix is the world, like the computer, but then the machine city. That's the one.
I haven't watched it.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
I'm not gonna get into this with you.
Yeah.
I can't remember all the specifics.
Rewatch the first one and then like sit on it and then watch. You just have to watch the second and third back to back. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like just like within a day apart, because that's what I did and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. The 4th one sucks. It was a complete money grab. It was garbage.
Just bullshit.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I kind of assumed that. I guess I had, because I remember when it came out, and I kind of like had some faith in it because I was like, Keanu wouldn't do like some bullshit movie.
Oh no, it was a total bullshit movie. Actually, I think what happened was that like I don't know what I read, like if they like blackmailed him or like not blackmailed but said like we're just going to do it without you, so he felt like he had to do it because Lawrence Fishburne isn't in it.
Yeah.
He's not in the 4th one. But like his character Morbius or Mobius or whatever the fuck, Morbin time, I don't know. His character's literally like fucking meme.
Is there somebody playing his character that's just not him?
Yes. But it's like an AI robot and they're like, "Oh, this is Morpheus." That's Morpheus. It. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Morpheus is Mobius. Morpheus is just like an AI robot and they're like, "Oh, Morpheus died or whatever. This is him." And like it's just some different bald black guy who's like younger playing him. It's just stupid. Who has his
hologram?
Name? Like in some parts, and then in the Matrix, he's his actual character. But like in the real world, he's like this machine hologram. So stupid.
What is the 4th one like? What's happening?
I don't want to spoil.
All right,
I don't want to spoil because it does go off of like the 3rd one's ending, like the original 3's like finisher. It's fucking stupid. But yeah. What was the one thing I was gonna say? Maybe
what was he gonna say?
About the Matrix. Oh, yeah. Even the guy who plays Agent Smith.
Yeah.
The guy with the
creepy white guy.
They all have sunglasses. But the one who's like Mr. Anderson, that one. He's in the 4th one too. And but not his actor. Like it's someone else playing. It's just fucking
that sounds
stupid.
like a terrible fucking.
It's so bad. They're like, yeah.
That sounds nuts.
It's just basically how the 3rd one ends is like they just go off of it and they just like shit on it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, this is what happened, and then it like continues on. But he actually did, I think, from what I read, he shaved his head and eyebrows for that movie.
Wow.
Because he does another scene where he's
That's
like.
Commitment.
Yeah, Keanu. But he looks very strange in 2022 quality camera with the shaved head and eyebrows, as opposed to like 1999 when he did it. Yeah. But no, I just love me some Keanu.
Do you remember that movie that me and you watched with Keanu? me and you.
You
and
took
Adam.
my dick out. You sucked my cock.
It's free fucking pizza.
Dude, that movie fucking rocks. I was gonna try to watch it again.
Awesome movie. Because wasn't that shit like a meme? Like people found it and it was a meme.
It was a meme, but also fucking Liebel at work was telling us about it. I think
so. What the fuck was that called? That was like a
Knock Knock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was like
that movie was. It was kind of
like
nuts.
it was like a Spring Breakers-esque movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's horror / crime. Yeah, it's literally just about. He's like a rich white guy, like architect. Yeah. His family goes on vacation. He's home alone,
and then these two bad bitches pull up to
knock on his door in the rain, and they're like, "We need a place to stay." And then they basically have this very detailed threesome in the shower.
Yeah, they like fuck him, but then didn't they like drug him at some point too? And then they were
because
like
then he's
making
tied
all
up in
these
the chair
videos and shit.
Oh yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna tell your wife." He's like, "You came to me, you sucked my cock." Yeah, yeah.
It was free fucking pizza.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Funny. Yeah,
it's a
awesome
crazy ass premise for a movie. Like imagine pitching that movie and being like, okay, so I have an idea.
We need Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. White guy, family goes away.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, rich, nice house.
Architect. Probably built it himself.
He's home alone. Horror movie. They're like, okay, I'm with you.
Follow in here.
They're like, they hear a knock at the door. 2. That's what we call the movie.
Shit.
Knock, knock. 2 girls in the rain are asking for a place to stay.
Okay.
And then eventually the whole movie spirals. They have a threesome. They hold him hostage, and they want to tell the family, and they're all like, oh, okay. And they go, yeah, and the lead is Keanu Reeves. We need to get Keanu Reeves. We need to get John Wick. And they're like, what the fuck?
And I feel like, didn't they get...
It came out after John Wick, because I think John Wick was 2014. Knock Knock was 2015. I was like, that was a crazy ass for him to be like, yeah, this sounds good. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas, yeah.
Yeah.
She's one of the girls. I don't know who the other one is.
I have no idea who the other one is. I'm looking through the rest of the cast. I mean, there is no other cast. It's just them.
Yeah, it's like the 3 of them. It's Keanu getting raped.
4.9 stars. I think it deserves a little bit more than that. Out of 10.
4. That's out of 10. Oh, I was like, yeah, that's a pretty good movie. Honestly, I think, yeah, for like a shitty horror movie.
Yeah. With
Keanu Reeves really pulls the 4.9 on that.
For sure, yeah. And Ana de Armas, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's a review right here, all caps. Do not let the movie thumbnail fool you, 3 exclamation points. Just because Keanu Reeves is in this film does not mean you should even glance at it. And then he writes an entire fucking movie, or an entire fucking book, about why you shouldn't see it. Stop being a faggot about it and enjoy it. Because I think that you see them, like, naked. Like I feel like you see Ana de Armas' titties in it.
No, yeah, you do.
So I don't see the point in giving it just 1 star. That's a little much.
Yeah, it's a wild ass movie. So, and you ever watch Thanksgiving, that horror movie?
No, but that's the one where they're like at the dinner or whatever, and then they're like getting hunted by people. Like
no. I know which one you're talking about. I forget which one that is.
I never saw.
I know which one you're talking about.
Movie.
It does look like a good movie.
It's like also like a comedy horror thing.
It's like the Hunger Games where they're like all like in an arena or whatever, and they have to like they get hunted down. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that how that is?
I think so.
I feel like the movie. Maybe. What movie are you talking about?
Thanksgiving.
What is that?
A tragedy occurs on Black Friday. A death in the town, 3 of them to be exact. And then the following year, there's a serial killer on the loose in the town.
Okay.
And he's killing everyone. Honestly, the kills are just really good. Like at one point, they're in a parade and they're like, all the cops are around and like they're trying to set up the killer and they like bait him out because like they know who he's trying to get, like the group of people that they're trying to get.
Sure.
And then he's like disguised in the crowd, has an axe, and just clean chops someone's head off like in the middle of the crowd. It's just really good horror, like gore at least. I wasn't expecting much from the movie and liked it for the most part. Actually, Addison Rae's in it. If you know what movie that is, that's the one. That's like the one movie she's in. I think.
I remember because that was when she was making her transition from TikTok to movies, and everybody was like, "Oh my god." And then she made that movie.
And you haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, nothing else has ever happened to her.
Nothing. Yeah. And now she's like off of TikTok. Well, yeah, and she's like trying to make music and shit. I don't know.
I think that people eat that up. I think they're like 9-year-olds like really like the stuff that she does.
Yeah, and you.
And me.
Yeah.
And me as well. So Raven, are you excited about our endeavor tomorrow? About what we're doing tomorrow?
I am. Apparently, I gotta check the weather. Meg told me it's supposed to fucking rain tomorrow, dude.
It's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson's makeup better be water resistant. It does say 50% chance of thunderstorms.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be happening mainly around 2:00.
Is that what it's saying? Okay.
Oh wait.
It
No,
like
actually, it looks like it's the highest chance of it is it's at like midnight tonight, and then there's a chance that it can happen around like 6.
Nice.
But it's also around here. It's not technically Hershey.
Yeah.
So maybe in Hershey it'll be a little different.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see Slaughter to Prevail. I'm excited to see Manson. I forget if I was telling you or Meg this. I was like, I just need to hear a couple songs by Five Finger Death Punch. I just need the closure from when I was a kid, and then we can leave. Like it's not like we need to stay the whole thing like how Pantera was. Like it was like dark out and everything. Like if they're still playing and it's like, eh.
Well, aren't they opening?
What?
Aren't they opening for Manson?
No, Manson's opening for them.
Manson's opening for them?
For Five Finger Death Punch, yes.
Are you fucking serious?
It's Slaughter to Prevail, Manson, and then Five Finger Death Punch. Oh, yeah. It's Five Finger Death Punch tour, which is insane to me.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen,
I know.
Bro. I cannot believe that. I thought that he was the main fucking thing.
No. Here, let me see.
What the fuck?
I found
what the heck?
Go ahead, Dad. I found that. Yeah, go for it.
Dude, I'm fucking
so there's
away right now.
Funeral Portrait, Ice Nine Kills, huh? That's the shit Meg likes. So there's one band that like we have to sit through. Whatever time it opens, I want to be there because I do not want to miss any of Slaughter to Prevail. I know I've been showing you clips of the lead singer. I fucking love him. He's the one that wrestles with the bear.
Oh, that's
on
the guy we're
Instagram.
seeing?
Yes,
okay.
yes. So that's Slaughter to Prevail, and then Manson. These are the songs he's playing.
What songs is he playing?
Yeah,
How the fuck did you see this? Is
this
just like a thing that is made?
Oh yeah, people make like for that tour, people make like Spotify playlists. Like that's how I knew all the songs that Meg like for the last concert we saw like last weekend, because she was like, oh, we can leave after this one. There was like 3 more left, so there was no traffic getting out of the casino, and it kept her out of the casino, which was good.
That's good. Yeah, it's hard to do. Well, we got a lot of bullshit to sit through, but
well, the first part, Slaughter Prevail, I think you're gonna fuck with.
Who the fuck is Rammstein?
I think they're gonna do a
Rammstein.
I think they're gonna do a cover of his song "Du Hast."
Okay.
They're a German band. You never see those clips? He's fucking Rammstein, and then the fire's going around, and he's like, "No, it's a pretty popular band." But yeah, so then we have that, and then
do they have like pyro shit there? Like, is there gonna be flames?
Probably, yeah, probably. I'd imagine so. And then yeah, Five Finger Death Punch. They do. Oh, House of the Rising Sun's good. Bad Company.
Okay.
Those are some really good ones. Like, did I ever tell you why I need to see them? The closure.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, because I don't listen to them anymore. They get memed on as like just terrible, like white trash band, whatever. Like the lead singer has clips of him getting interviewed, and everyone's like, oh, what a faggot, like haha, like making fun of him because he's like, I have a scar tattooed on me because I have a scar here, and like people are like, you're a fucking jerk off. Like he really is. But when I was in middle school, I used to really fucking love them. My mom was with a guy that really liked them, and so like that was like my first like introduction to like rock music was them. Okay. Shinedown, Skillet, like that religious band or whatever. But so I was like really listening to them, like all of them, and then we saw Brian and we saw them
doxed. Yeah, you probably should edit that one out.
Yeah,
it's a pretty unique name.
Yeah, although good luck spelling it. But all right,
that's true.
Anyway, Adam H. I should have just said that.
I was just in Discord with him a little while ago. He's a cool guy.
Right? Oh yeah, I like him. He's great. But yeah, so the 3 of us went. And we went and saw them in Hershey in, I think, the Giant Center. It was indoors. And then Shinedown was sick. We were like listening, whatever. But we didn't know this. Five Finger Death Punch comes out and they go, oh, the lead singer's sick.
Oh, God.
And so I was like, dude, what? Yeah. So the replacement they had sounded like ass. It was terrible. And like the whole thing, like, yeah, the lead singer is a faggot, but his voice matches the songs. Like, they're good.
Yeah.
Like, and I liked them.
Sure.
But yeah, then that happened. It was a terrible show from then on. Shinedown was really fucking good. And yeah, and so now I just feel like part of me... Oh, it was doing like the gay phone thing.
I was like, did you not record? Like,
no, it's recording. It's just like it had a pop up, and I was like, don't fucking end the recording.
Yeah.
And then I just need the closure of like actually hearing Five Finger Death Punch.
Okay.
Because like I went to the concert and I was like, I feel like, the tickets were cheap, general admission, Slaughter to Prevail, which I love, and Marilyn Manson. Like, I mean, that alone, those two is great. And then the plus of being like hearing their songs and being like, okay, I'm good. I saw them live with the singer. But if it rains, maybe I'm just not I'm destined not to see them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still in such dismay that he's not the headliner, but I guess it makes sense because he hasn't had an album for like 5 or 6 years. So I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't just be touring randomly.
Yeah. So I hope he's just like an asshole on stage and like just doesn't give a fuck.
That would be awesome too. Yeah. Everybody that I told Dr. C about it today before I left. And I've told some other people at my job, and their only responses are, oh my God, he's still alive. I thought he died. Or, oh my God. Or, I know.
He looks rough.
Yeah, he doesn't look great, but he's only like 60.
Yeah, I think he's like 60.
And, no, I think he's younger than that because
he might be late 50s.
He was pretty young in like the early 2000s, like when he was popping and shit. And I guess the late 90s. And then the other response was, wow, I cannot believe that he is still touring and doing this.
Yeah. He's 55.
Yeah. I was going to say, he's really not that old. He does look like fucking ass, though.
Well, that's what a bunch of drugs...
But the makeup makes him look a lot better.
It's true. He was born in Ohio. Makes sense.
Yeah, he was born in Canton, where Trippie Redd is from. Trippie Redd. Canton. And somebody else. I can't remember. There's a lot of people from Canton. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah, this lady, I have 2. It's not even shooters. They're like kind of bigger fireball things. I actually,
look at that fucking
black tooth
grin.
Oh, the Pantera shit.
Yes, Dimebag Darrell's widow launches Blacktooth beverages. What?
Yeah,
that's that shit that I always want to make because they always talk about that in the interviews. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's sick. I gotta find that. That's awesome.
I forget what I was saying.
Let me pull her up while you find it.
Yeah, pull up, man. Yeah, so while Raven's away, I guess I'll just do a short little interlude about the beef that I have with our neighbors downstairs. So, like, I guess like, I work a lot, and recently I've just been working a lot. And the last thing that I want to do is come home and hear The Weeknd blasting from the people below me. Because I've heard him before, and I've just kind of been like, whatever. But recently, I'm just kind of like, dude, I don't want to deal with that. So then, it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, it was just so loud, bro. And I was high, and they be having like mad people over there. And I was not going to go down to their fucking apartment just for them to be like, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? So I just called the non-emergency line. I was like, dude, can you just like fucking tell these people to turn their music down, like for real? And cops came. They said they didn't hear anything. Music ceased for the rest of the night. I was like, cool. And then yesterday, got home from work. This week I worked 3 11-hour shifts. So I'm just trying to like chill.
So I didn't know that.
I worked 3 11-hour shifts. And
harder working than me.
Yeah. And I'm just like, dude. So I get home and I make spaghetti. I do all this shit, and I'm like sitting on my computer, and then I just hear this music just fucking blasting, dude. And I'm just kind of like, man. So I stomp on the floor a little bit. Nothing happens. I grab my hammer, and I just start pounding on the floor, man.
Did you pound hammer side up?
Hammer side.
Nice.
Hammer side, like. And then all of a sudden, I hear this fucking dude downstairs, and I thought it was a woman because they were playing like kind of feminine rap music. And then I hear this man's voice, and he's like yelling, blah blah. So that gets to the point where he's outside my door, and he's on the phone with his roommate, and I look outside, and it's just like this faggot, like pacing back and forth in the hallway. So at first, I had already smoked up. I'm like really not in the mood for confrontation. So I was like, I'm not going to do it. But then he knocks again, and he's talking this shit. So I go back into my room, and I grab my pink lemonade that I was drinking, and I go out there, and I'm like, yo. And we have like this back and forth for a couple minutes. And I wouldn't say that we were yelling at each other, but we were very loud speaking, like it wasn't like a casual conversation.
Right.
I lied to him. I said that there's a baby in the apartment.
That's the funniest thing.
I lied and said that there's a baby in the apartment.
I just wanted the link.
Oh, okay. And he just like didn't give a fuck. And then we pretty much got nowhere, which is kind of the entire reason why I called the cops in the first place, because I didn't think that I was going to get anywhere with that type of person. So,
because he was trying to say like, oh well, why don't you just come downstairs and tell me to turn the music down. It was like, you know damn well that like if you would have went down there, he would have just laughed in your face.
Yeah, he would have just done nothing. And also, I'm not going to come home from work, come into my room, hear your music, and then go down and tell you to turn it down every single day. Yeah. Like, I'm not your fucking mom. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not your fucking dad that should be like, hey, turn your fucking music down.
Well, his dad's
like,
probably not in his life.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the entire reason why we're having an issue is because he never had a dad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear any music today, which is cool. But I also saw somebody leave in one of the cars that they have. So I think that he's just not here to be a fucking nuisance. So I don't know.
The N was going somewhere else.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of have to see kind of how it goes.
I'm very curious tomorrow to see, like, keep an eye on, like, his car. Just to see, like, what he does. Because he definitely doesn't have a fucking job.
He doesn't have a job. Because, I got home yesterday at 3 o'clock. But I was at my job from 7 to 3. And he was just here all day. Just blasting music. So, I don't really know what the point or what the deal is. Also, somebody tried to hack into my Gmail this morning. I was just like, the last fucking thing that I need.
We got to pay our rent, too.
Yeah, we got to pay the rent.
Yeah, we should probably do that. We should probably do that just so we don't forget. Yeah. So
that's my
I'm
whole
very
beef.
curious, when we go out, like, because I see him sometimes when I'm out smoking a cigarette and he just walks past me, but I'm curious to see if he'll say something and I'll just be like, dude, like, we could have been friends. You smoke weed, he smokes weed. I like your 2 cats in the window. It's just like, just stop being fucking rude, like, or like annoying as fuck during the week.
Yeah, and I mean, I told him too. I was like,
it's one thing I get, like, oh, you want to like play music and have people over on a Friday, Saturday. Sure.
We do the same thing.
But, like, during the week, like, no one wants to come home from your fucking long work day and hear this shit.
And hear your music. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's 5 o'clock, bro. Like, if I could hear it at any time, like, it's annoying. You know what I mean? And, like, that's what I told him, too. I was just like, you're mad at me right now because of your music, but, like, I called the cops on you last week, and you're still playing the music at the exact same level. Yeah. So how are you like surprised that I'm still annoyed by this? That's exactly. Like, I didn't say it exactly like that, but that's the same thing that I was trying to get across to him. I said, you're playing at the exact same volume that you were before. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah.
Like today, I'm just feeling better, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I want to hear your music. Let's just blast it up. Turn it up. Turn it up louder so I could listen to it with you. I was fucking retard.
I was telling someone at work, they were like, well, was it good music? And I was like, he did say it was a Drake song you liked at one point. I was like, we have heard The Hills. But
we have heard The Hills.
Besides that, the point is you shouldn't be able to hear lyric for lyric.
Yeah.
Well, because even when I play music, like in the kitchen, like making something, it's not fucking blasting. Like, it's loud enough to where like I don't have to hear the water running for the kitchen.
Yeah, and I mean, I told you this yesterday. There's never
like when you came home, I was playing music and you caught me off guard because I heard the door slam and I jumped.
Yeah.
What did you hear it coming up the steps?
No, I had no idea that you were playing music until I even came in here.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, and I told Raven this yesterday. I don't understand. I feel like he has to make beats because I'll just hear like different levels of 808s.
Let's play a game. What skin color is that?
Yeah, fans, drop a comment below and guess this guy's race. But yeah, he has to make beats or something because there's no person on the planet that wants to be listening to music that loud at all times of the day, whenever possible, besides, I guess, somebody that makes beats. Yeah. I guess he constantly just needs to be.
It's just insane to me too inspired. That like when you're making beats, it's like put on some headphones, get some good quality headphones to make sure the beats you're producing are good.
That's also my thing too. Like, I was like, wouldn't you want like really good headphones to like make sure that's like the other thing is that's probably why he lives here. Because he can't make money off of his beats because he makes trash fucking beats and they probably sound like garbage because he doesn't have good headphones to actually like listen to them and be like, okay, yeah, this sounds good.
Yeah.
He just has like these shitty speakers with blown out basses on them that shake my fucking floor. Yeah. And then he cooks up in the stew and he's like, he listens to it back and he's like, oh yeah, this one's gonna hit. And then he puts it up on fucking YouTube and he gets the same amount of views as our podcast. But the difference between him and our podcast is that he will work on a beat for fucking hours and we just shit post. We just talk for a fucking hour and it doesn't mean that much to us.
Yeah, it's truly crazy. I mean,
he's such a fucking loser.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking gay fucking loser, fat loser.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a camera for out my window. Just in case if they try to do anything with our cars.
I thought the same thing of getting a camera that points out there and a Ring camera as well.
Yeah, I care less about the Ring, like in the hallway, like whatever. They want to fucking come up here and knock on the door or whatever. But my car, like if they want to fucking key it or whatever.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I'm thinking about either setting it up like maybe out there.
Just how to find one that's like night vision. Because if anything, they'd probably do it at night.
Right. Yeah, because they blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was either gonna put it out there or at my window, but like, cause I always park in the same spot. You might have to park over here more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, that's the last thing I want is fucking them doing something to the car. We report it and be like, well, we don't have the evidence for it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then we try to do something back and they have it recorded.
That's like the best case scenario is that they try to fuck with us and we just like have proof and then we can just get them evicted. Mm-hmm. Like that's like literally the best.
Yeah. So honestly, we should probably do that.
Yeah. No, we should.
Pay a rent, buy the Ring camera. Yeah. It'd be good.
Yeah, I fucking hate them people. Like, I was pretty heated about it yesterday, and then I woke up today for work, and I was really tired, and then I got to the office, and I stopped and got a cherry Coke, and then once I, like, was back in my mode, the first thought that I had about them was about them, and I was just like, I fucking hate them so much. I hate them so much.
I mean, I just can't see them. I just can't see them sustaining paying rent.
That it's or not just like, not.
Like we thought that there was like a couple people down there. They're all splitting rent and they have like these weird shifts. He definitely doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
The girl probably does. But like it's just the two of them. So it's like I don't think it could sustain long enough to where it's like a year. They probably will leave before the rent or before the lease is up. And if not, they'll leave by next year.
Yeah, I really hope so. If anything, I hope that our rent does go up because they probably won't be able to afford it, and then they would have to move.
It's real as fuck.
That's pretty real. That's probably the realest shit I ever said.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm not really too worried about it. I don't think that they're really gonna do anything.
No, I don't think so either. I came home and it reeked of weed though. They were fucking gassing up again.
Yeah. I wish it was like, like you said, like 10 years ago, because then we could just call the cops, and then they would smell like weed,
and then they would either get put in prison for the rest of their life or get shot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But at this point, if it smells like weed and we call the cops, they'll just pull out like their medical card or something, and we'll just look like assholes.
Or if they're gay and
and
they'll be like, oh, cops can't do anything now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very bad. Very bad. Yeah, speaking of this weekend too, for
I still gotta call Isai and tell him to come over.
What's that?
He still thinks that he's coming over here. I never even told him that like Tom and shit like didn't work out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Tom at work today, he was like, just let me know if you guys want to come over. He's like, next time we'll definitely like be able to do something like we're coming over here. And I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, I don't know if we're going out in the city or what. I was like, I don't know if I want to pay for the Uber, like what we're doing or like, like plans wise. And I said Isai's name, and he's like, Isai? And I was like, yes, Isai. I was like, ESAI. And he was like, Isai. He goes, what rate? I was like, Mexican and Colombian. He goes, okay. And I was like, it's funny because he's extremely nice.
Yeah.
And will not say the M word, even though he can.
He definitely can.
And someone else I know says it too much. And he just started laughing.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we'll just kind of see how the vibe is. I feel like we should, I mean, you're probably, I don't know. Maybe I'll drive tomorrow. Let me see how I feel.
Okay.
Maybe I'll drive us. But ultimately, we should not, like when we come back here, we shouldn't get too shit-faced. Because if we just get drunk as fuck on Friday, then we're just going to not feel like doing anything on Saturday.
Speak for yourself.
I've seen you after a night of drinking.
All right, fair.
You look terrible. You feel awful. You like nap. You're all puffy. If you drink a bunch on Friday, we're just not going to do anything on Saturday with Isai.
All right, that's fair.
Going to have to cancel everything.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, especially because I have a whole other day with Meg that I probably won't be just super fucking hungover.
Yeah.
It won't be super late
because retarded on Saturday.
Yeah, we can go retarded on Saturday. So yeah, we can chill out for Friday if you want to drive, and then we don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus it's
because Meg and I's plan, we're gonna get number one Chinese, have that before.
Good plan.
And then when we get back, we have food for after. So we probably won't be maybe just chill, play cards, drink, and then go to bed,
Yeah, and it'll be good, too, if the minorities downstairs are trying to get on our shit. If we just, kind of keep it chill Friday, and then we just ball out Saturday on the town and at Isai's crib.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah. How much time we
have? 10 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
What are your plans? What?
This is one for the books.
No, this is another good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty funny.
Not bad.
Pretty funny.
My plans. What plans?
We're going over there, and then we're walking to. Well, Meg wants to go to Tellus again.
Okay. Fair. I forgot. Did we all go to Tellus?
No, I took her.
Oh, okay.
We met our teacher there. Remember?
Oh yeah. Because she was
she had some
around
conference.
For the
yeah. But no, she really liked it there, and I told her, I was like, oh well, at least this time it's gonna be, oh god, it's gonna be warm, because we went in the wintertime and it was fucking freezing.
Yeah, weren't we still living at? No, I guess we were here. Were we still living at Doug and
when
Jones?
I took her there? We were living at Doug and Jones.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, when I took her there.
That's nuts.
Yeah, so we haven't been back there in a while. I would just love to drag Isai there because he thinks he's different by not going.
Yeah, I mean, we could either tell him beforehand or the plan where it's just we say we're going somewhere in that general area, and then we just, because if we're just in front of Tellus and we all stand in line, it's not like he's gonna go home. He literally has to do it.
That's true. No, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's go to his place, have a couple drinks, and then we go. Let's go to this spot. Let's walk, blah blah blah, and we'll just start walking there because it's not that far because it was close to Marion, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably 10-15 minutes.
Okay. you with the worst time estimate. We're about 7 minutes away from our destination.
It's 7 minutes away.
Meanwhile, it's a 20-minute walk.
I think that the last time that me, you, Isai, and I think it was Adam was there too, and then me and you were blackout drunk walking back to Isai's house, and apparently we were saying obscenities about homosexual people.
Yes, we were. Absolutely. I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember going back, and I remember. I think that we were still.
I remember the walk back because I think we had to
piss.
I think we had to piss on the side of the road.
I don't know.
in the hedges, but I don't remember saying not racial slurs. I feel like I'd be smart enough not to say that, but definitely I would be saying faggot.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Yeah, no, we were definitely at Doug and Jen's, and then I'm trying to think. I know I have some Snapchat videos of that day, but
it's funny that we're talking about this too because I was I was on Reddit, and then a post on the Lancaster subreddit popped up, and it was talking about how I forget what the title, but it was a gay person that lives in Washington D.C. and they grew up in Lidditz, and they wanted to come back here because the housing in D.C. is too expensive, so they wanted to come back here, and they were trying.
Lidditz isn't any
I know. I was
probably.
It must be really expensive in D.C. And they were trying to see if it was a LGBTQ friendly area or whatever.
I hate people.
And then there was comments in it that were the one guy was like, Lancaster is super gay, and I was like, oh my god, it is so gay.
It's starting.
Like, it is super gay. I gotta get out of here. I didn't tell you about this, but when I had breakfast with Isai like last week. I think it was like Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday. Okay. And he was talking to me.
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh, where are you at?" And you were like, "Oh, I was with Isai." I was like, "What?"
I was talking to him and shit. And he had brought up this idea. Because he's talking
that we're all in the Matrix.
He was like trying to tell me that like I'm not real.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? He
like,
brought up this
go outside.
This good idea. It was an idea at least. It was because him and Soph like want to move out or whatever. And initially like she was trying to put this shit on. I was like, oh, I want to go like this year or next year. And then they've kind of slowed down, and she's thinking about like 2 or 3 years from now. Kind of in the same area of time when like Meg would be graduating and everything like that. And he was like, yeah, dude, you know, it would be pretty dope depending on like what I was doing at the time, because he's going to need help like moving all of his shit, like his cars and the U-Haul and the cats and everything like to Idaho they're going to live. And he was like, and I was talking to him about just, you know, depending on what I'm doing, it just being so expensive around here. I was just, because like you and Meg will be good, like 2 incomes or whatever, but like if it's just me, I'm just like, dude, I have no idea what I'm gonna do unless if I do like a different job. And he was like,
well, when the podcast takes off,
on the off chance that the podcast doesn't take off, he was like, you could just fucking, because he wants to move out there, live with Soph's brother sister and her husband until they like get a job and like find all that shit or whatever. But the sister's boyfriend wants them to be married before they live together in their place because they're Christian.
Jesus fucking
So then
Christ.
He was just like, dude, if you're interested, just fucking come with us. And me and you will rent a place. Soph can live over there and like have room for all of her shit. She like comes over and like chills, but like has most of her shit over there. We don't have to get married. And then me and you could just like have our own place for a little while. Until we figure out everything.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not a horrible idea. It's not bad.
The relationship lasts that long.
That's true. She does seem to be being way more cool about it. Because before she was like, let's fucking move this year. And now she's like, yeah, I don't really care if we wait like 2 or 3 years. Because he was kind of stressing about it. Like I think that's part of the reason like he wanted to hang out with us this weekend. And like he told me like he wants to be hanging out with the bros more because he's like, you know, she's like fucking tweaking on me, and I don't really know like when we will, but right now the time frame is like 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Well, I mean,
so I don't know.
But also like 2 to 3 years while also like they've been together for a year. So like why not marry her at that point? Like if that's really your plan, why not propose, get married, and then, you know what I mean? Like that's a good timeline.
I guess so, but at the same time, you know, if you weren't thinking about it before and the entire thing is some random fucking dude telling you like, oh, I'll get married, you probably, it kind of makes you not want to do it. Low-key.
That's true. That's fair. I mean? Yeah.
No, like if somebody fucking told me to marry my girl right now, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm never going to marry her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Today's National Girlfriend Day. Did Megan let you know that?
No, I saw the post and then I posted her.
Lena has been making sure that I'm aware of it for like the last like week. And I'm like, what the fuck does that?
For the last week?
Yeah, she's known about it. She's known about it.
Well, when you don't have a job.
Yeah, well, she has a job now.
Really? I was gonna ask you how'd the interview go?
What is she making like? You know, she works every day of the week. But she only works for like 4 hours because like that's like when like they're open. It's like a sandwich shop. But she gets paid a decent amount an hour, and then she gets a tip share. So I mean, you know,
how did she get there?
Oh yeah, I had to think about what you said. I don't know. They just drive her there.
Jesus. Any progress on that?
She's been driving. She just needs to like figure out how to parallel park. Like I was just talking to her about it yesterday, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna make the test soon."
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's just whatever at this point. Like what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it's honestly kind of a sweet gig because it's not like she has to wake up early, and it's not like she has to work weekends or really work that much at all. And she gets paid a decent amount, and it's like if they make over $100 in tips, they split it like 3 ways or something. So it's an extra $33. Like she's making a couple $100 I don't know, like 5, probably 6, maybe $700. Like every 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah, no, it's not like every week. Like, but I mean, going from fucking nothing to like $700 a week and not having to pay any bills. Yeah, kind of nice. No, if you're not retarded, you should be able to save up a lot of money and buy a car. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah,
no idea.
She's just letting you know about National Girlfriend's Day. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, and then I told her, I was like, well, I think that National Boyfriend Day has passed, and because I think that we were talking about it, and she was like, well, I was broke, and I was like, I'm broke too.
Yeah, the fuck.
I got lots of debt. I got more debt than I got money.
This is true.
So, I mean, if you look at it like that, I'm broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's fair.
Yeah, it's just like, well, you're not going to be broke tomorrow when you get paid. You know?
It's true. She should be buying you stuff for National Girlfriend Day.
She should be buying me all kinds of shit. I want more shit. I want trinkets. And like
on the sad vases. Day that we do have to split. That's so terrifying and awful to think about.
Isn't that a crazy ass thing to think about?
No, it's like 4 years away.
Yeah. It's a long time from now.
It's a long time. But who gets Escobar?
I think that we have to rip it down the middle.
Honestly. Yeah. We should.
Yeah, we gotta rip it down the middle.
We should. That's funny. Yeah, no, that'll be good. We should do that. And that's time, baby. That's a wrap.